Mr. Matthew, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
The topic of discussion for today is BBC yesterday gave us a report on Atiku's interview, and Atiku alluded to the fact, okay, that Obi came to him for a discussion on possible coalition. It's against 2027. The main goal is to defeat Tinubu, right? Now, we are asking well-meaning Nigerians that is this not a situation whereby Peter Obi is going back to his vomit? Because we all remember how Obi throughout the campaign season called the people like Atiku and Tinubu that they are structures of criminalities that must be destroyed. So is it not surprising that he's now meeting Atiku for a possible coalition? I mean, what's your reaction?
Before you draw that inference, we need to know the details of their conversation, and particularly Obi's position, what Obi brought to the table. Because if Obi want to leverage on the popularity of Atiku to get to power, I don't think that will mean himself going back to his vomit. Because if with collaboration, his synergy, his maybe alliance with Atiku is not to see Atiku ascending to the position of the presidency. Because you cannot take away the fact that Atiku is a popular personality in Nigerian political landscape. And even if you want to contest an election, perhaps Atiku is not on the ticket. I don't think there's any politician that will not go to consult Atiku. The essence is to tap into his popularity. Because if Atiku raises your hand in a campaign ground in the north, definitely that will garner support for you. So if Obi meeting Atiku was to leverage on Atiku's popularity to get to power come 2027, I don't see that as going back to his vomit. So that's why we need to get the details of their conversation.
But Atiku came out and he said this: Obi has not in any way tried to rebuff or debunk it. And Atiku said that he will still run for presidency come 2027. Is this not a situation whereby Peter Obi would deputize Atiku in 2027? And if that is the case, is it a good idea?
You are the one making the insinuation.
No, these are what Atiku said.
These are what Atiku said. The conversation that came, the information that came to the public glare. But if Atiku is proposing that Obi should deputize him, it left Obi to say yes or no. And until Obi does that, it will be difficult to start judging Obi on that basis. So I think we allow Obi to take decision as to whether he'll be willing to deputize an Atiku or not. But for now, I think Obi is a presidential material anytime, any day. But I don't know his intention, I don't know his mind, but I'm aware, just like you said, that he met with Atiku and they had conversation. But we don't know his position, what he brought to the table. So until we have, except you are privy to such, and you are ready to divulge it. But if you are not privy to it, I think it's good we allow time to reveal, or if any of them or their aides reveal to the public the details of their conversation and what Obi brought to the table before we can judge Obi on that basis.
Well, a spokesperson of Atiku, Paul Ibe, has given us an excerpt of the conversation. He said Obi came. What a possible merger? My question to you is, this is what we understand, that it is very possible. Now, if it eventually happens that Obi will deputize Atiku, because we know that Atiku will never step down for Obi, because he can no longer be a vice president. And Atiku has come out to say outrightly that he is running again come 2027. If it ever happens, what I just want to get is your own reaction. If it happens that Obi agrees to deputize Atiku, is it a way forward? Is it a way forward? Is it a welcome idea?
What you have just said is speculative, because we are trying to infer from the present circumstance. And it could be possible that when Obi met with Atiku, he advised him, he pleaded with him. What I'm saying is speculative anyway. As a father, as an elderly person, to stay behind the scene and support him. It's speculative. I'm not saying that is what transpired. Just as what you said could be the written. But for me, it is premature to start judging any of them because I'm not aware that Obi have said I'm going to deputize Atiku. But it's a possibility. And it's equally a possibility that Obi could say, Atiku, as a father, as an elderly person, as my senior brother, can you please allow me contest and support me and be you will be behind the scene. It's a possibility. So all we are saying is speculative because we are not privy to what actually transpired, and we are not privy to what is the intention of each and every one of them. So for now, I think we should allow Obi himself or even Atiku to come to the public and say, these are my intentions come 2027, or these were part of my conversation with Obi while we had that clandestine meeting, because it's up to now it's clandestine, because not even their aides are ready and willing to divulge what actually transpired. But what we are making out to understand is that they met perhaps for possible collaboration and coalition come 2027, which is not out of place, but the details is what is lacking.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Matthew, for that beautiful submission.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning, sir. So, I just want to ask you a quick one. Last week, we saw a surprising development whereby Obi visited Atiku.
Okay.
You know, and during the campaign, I mean, if we must recall, Obi was an advocate of destroying structures of criminality. Should we say that this is out of desperation? Because Obi is now consulting Atiku. And yesterday, Atiku had an interview with BBC. He said, yes, Obi came to me to discuss about how they work together come 2027 to defeat Tinubu. Now, as Nigerians, I think we have every right to brainstorm over possible arrangement for the coalition if it ever happens.
Okay. Now,
If Obi, because we know that Atiku can no longer deputize because he has been a vice president for 8 years. So is it a situation whereby Obi will be the vice president of Atiku? If that is the case, is that a way forward? Is that the way to go?
thank you very much. I would like to tell you the discussion that was held about merger. That is what has come to the public. What was actually called said did not come to the public.
Okay.
So I believe Obi cannot be a vice president in as much as Atiku cannot be. Because of what? Because of the structures of things